Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. We are the Mile High Property Brothers. Today is super fun, also super informative, and you definitely don't want to do anything with Aurora until you are done watching this.
All right, guys, don't want to miss this one. Check it out. What's up, guys? I'm Eli Schmidt. This is my partner Will Grimes, and if it's your first time checking out our channel, welcome. And while you're here, you're gonna want to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget that notification bell, because every Tuesday and every Thursday we drop out a new one of these telling you everything there is to know about moving to and living in the entire Denver, Colorado area.
100%, and we are licensed brokers here in the state of Colorado, which means just as much as we love making these videos, we would love more to help with those real estate needs. It's that number that's popping up below. We are the guys to answer the phone calls, text messages, and those emails. So if we can do something to help you, we would love to. But with that being said, don't move to Aurora until you watch this. There are some changes, there are some updates. Not necessarily anything bad, but definitely want to take a listen.
All right, now starting off with some basics of Aurora. We've covered these in some other videos, but in case it's your first time learning about Aurora, let's dive into it.
Yep.
So Aurora is our third largest city in Colorado, behind Denver and Colorado Springs.
Correct.
It has a median home price of right around $480,000. And really, I would say Aurora is, being it's so big, it's really divided up into three different sections: north, central, and south.
Correct, and like south is like southeast Aurora,
Yes.
because Aurora kind of goes from like a northwest to southeast diagonal growth pace. You've also got a lot, I guess it's an honorable mention, a lot out east is getting built by the airport. So out by the
Yes,
Gaylord Resort,
true.
you've got a ton of different new build communities that are popping up. We'll be talking about that as well, but we should consider directly east in
Yes,
addition to
yeah,
that. But
four, yeah.
Correct, but they're also just so different, guys. So when you guys are in like your northwest, old Aurora, north Aurora, whatever you want to call it, you've got your Anschutz Medical Campus there. So you've got University Hospital, Children's Hospital, a ton of different stuff that's going there. It is the closest point rested right up against Denver, not too far from Central Park, Park Hill, South Park Hill, City Park. You're getting really
Lowry,
close to
and
that.
those places, yep.
You've got the old Lowry that's there, so it's just old school feel. You've got like your typical one-story ranch houses out there. You do have some scrapes and some new builds, but it's a lot more congested, condensed, and a lot more centrally focused on that medical facility.
And then dropping down just below that, you've got Central Aurora. And this is going to be where you are starting to see a little more of your traditional single family homes, a lot more 2 stories. A lot of these were built in like the late 80s and 90s and very early 2000s.
You've got a lot of tri-level homes.
A lot of tri-level homes.
Pardon
yes.
me, that's my phone. And we're back.
And we're back. Continuing with Central Aurora, you're gonna find a lot of shopping, a lot of dining. You're gonna find a lot of families and stuff that live out in the area because, again, as you start to progress further down south, lots get a little bigger, homes get a little bigger, so naturally you see some more families starting to move in
Correct.
there.
And you are starting to venture into Cherry Creek schools versus
Yes.
Aurora Public Schools, right? So Aurora Public Schools is graded less than your Cherry Creek schools. Cherry Creek schools tends to be one of the highest in Colorado. Great school district. As you get into that central Aurora per se, as you get into that central area, you're starting to get into Cherry Creek schools. You've got Movie Tavern over there. A lot of really cool stuff. A lot of like newer homes than North Aurora, but like your tri-level experience. So some people love that, some people don't. You do have other varieties over there, but I'm sure a lot of you can understand what I'm saying when I say tri-level and just the vibe that you get with that. You've also got public transportation that's pretty close. You've got 9 Mile Light Rail Station that's right there off of Parker Road in Peoria, which is a great spot so if you guys are commuting downtown or anywhere else. Toward downtown, you do have that, and they do have a huge garage. So if you're driving a couple blocks to get there, you can park there all day for minimal price, take the light rail downtown.
Now, going south and southeast of that, this is your classic southeast Aurora. If you are searching on Zillow or something, you're going to search the zip codes 80015 and 80016. This is going to be all Cherry Creek schools down here. These are going to be your newest homes in Aurora. Southland Shopping Center.
Correct. And in addition to that stuff, and you guys have heard us speak about Southlands Mall, outdoor experiences, a lot of that, right? But still, while we're talking about Aurora, is 2 things. One, a lot of people misunderstand, misinterpret Central or North Aurora for Aurora. And there's just so many differences, and Southeast Aurora is on a completely different planet. Not that it's better or worse, it's just different. And a lot of people don't realize that exists. And you get all the way up to $3-4 million homes in Southeast Aurora. So a lot of really cool stuff, but something that we can consistently hear time and time again, not only from all of our past clients, but from other reviews online. Neighborhoods are great and they're clean, and there's a lot of compliments there, and homes are decorated for holidays, and trick-or-treating is fun, and school districts are good, and clubs for kiddos are good. Like, it's just a great place to be time and time again. You do get a couple hit and misses when it comes to Douglas County and some other stuff as far as like people's overall experience of not just the home that they have, but being in that area in general. Little food for thought, maybe, like from my own contextual standpoint, we are having another baby. News to me, not my fault. Probably my fault. So we moved from Castle Rock, which we were at a year ago. We moved over here to Southeast Aurora, which was really close to where we used to be, but bottom line is we're closer to in-laws who do a ton of stuff with us with kids and loving around grandbabies and having kiddos during the day. So we came back, we actually moved into South Shore, into a Toll Brothers. Amazing neighborhood, amazing community, amazing builder. We've had no problem so far. We love it. Trick-or-treating was super fun. We took the kiddos out, had a lot of fun. So we're starting to really enjoy that vibe. I will say there was a slight disconnect in some other places that we've been. So South Shore is by far one of the top neighborhoods you guys can find, but the community around it is just really cool. And I think a lot of people just enjoy not only being on the water, not only having Southland Mall, but just the lake houses that you have for community centers out here, the neighbors and the environment. It's hard to beat. And if you're not looking at Aurora for that because you think it's still North Aurora or Central Aurora, you're missing out.
Yes. Oh, 100% you are. So, and that's exactly why I wanted to do this video, to really dive into everything that Aurora has to offer. Now, speaking to location just a little bit more, you are not going to be super close to the mountains. You are on the east side of the Denver metro area, but what that means is that two things. A, you've got good views of the whole Rocky Mountain range.
Correct.
And then B, you are out closer, much closer to the airport. And depending on where you live out here, I mean, you might just be 20 minutes or so to DIA.
You're about 20 minutes from DIA. You're right here on the water for Aurora Reservoir, which is great. They've got trails around it. They've got sidewalks around it, so you guys can ride your bike, you guys can hike, you can walk. A lot of fun. And I will say, the views of the mountains that you have, because you are a little bit more elevated, but at a distance, you see the entire Front Range, which is cool. My drive into work as I'm going down Smoky Hill to get to the highway to go meet this knucklehead in Castle Rock. Awesome morning drives. It's really cool, especially during the winter when the mountains are snow-capped. So you're not right up against it like you would as far as like being on the Front Range, but amazing panoramic views.
Now, let's talk about Aurora as an investment. Now, a couple numbers we want to look at here. Aurora, despite interest rates being higher, despite overall home sales being lower, Aurora is still up 4.8% right now as from where it was last year. So Aurora is still in the positive, which is a huge thing, and just goes to show how good Aurora holds its value.
And just the value overall is, and the demand for people wanting to be here. When you have a slower market, interest rates go up, home prices come down, and you're still ROI positive over here. Yeah, it's great, and it's a testament to just the standard that they're building out here. Obviously, we love it. But it's good. It's also just food for thought, guys, because, hey, as you guys are looking at your own purchase or whatever it may be, like, you're going to have ebb and flows in real estate. And a lot of you folks that have bought houses before, you've been watching for a while, you understand the ebb and flow. And as long as it's not a housing market crash, which it's not, as long as it's not something like that, I guess even if it were, 08 was terrible. But it came back. Yep. People's homes were worth a ton. So as long as you're not losing your job because there's an economy crash in addition to a real estate crash, like, real estate's real property. It's going to be here. It's going to bounce back. You do have minor ebb and flows like we've had this year compared to last year, but it's still holding its value. It's still great. And inventory's up. Interest rates are coming down. We're going to be talking about this on a video coming very soon, guys, but inventory's up. Prices are down. Rates are coming down. Like, the last time it was this great to be a buyer per se.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, especially because your rates have come down. And here's a super important piece when you guys are looking at buying. Because places like Aurora, Castle Rock, Castle Pine still has a ton of equity, even though home prices have come down, sellers are still okay to help you with concessions or doing a 2-1 buy down or just an overall rate buy down. So your 6.5 turns into a 4.5. Turns into a 5.5. You refinance it a couple years later, like you're in a good position, but you had a ton of inventory to look at, and the home prices were down. Like, it's awesome. And obviously, speaking contextually, like, you bought a house right now, and if it was a terrible time to buy, I'd have made the commute to in-laws from Castle Rock. But it wasn't a bad time to buy. It was great. We literally got the home we wanted. It's a corner lot. It's a block from the community center. We're so happy. Rates are coming down even further from where I had it, but home prices have also settled.
Yes.
But inventory has gone up. So
and we're still positive here.
We'll talk about this on another video. Yes. I'm getting long-winded with it, but definitely turn those stones. Be excited to be a buyer.
Now, the other type of investment we're going to talk about on this video is rentals. And Aurora is phenomenal for rental opportunities because of a few different reasons. A, proximity to the airport. A lot of people, when they're looking for a good rental, you want something that is going to be close to somewhere that people are going to travel. A lot of people, especially people that are coming in, they're getting rentals. A lot of times they need to travel a lot. So proximity to airport is huge. Also the proximity to all the medical campuses and medical centers that we have around here. The medical industry is notorious for being just phenomenal renters, whether it's doctors, nurses, any employees that are over there. There is never a shortage of work for medical staff, which means they make phenomenal renters.
We're going to talk about the increased employment we have in Colorado in another video. We've also got a huge tech medical company that decided to come to Colorado versus another major metropolitan city. They're deciding to come here, which is just going to continue to add more jobs here. But it's great. Like, you've got military here.
Yes.
You've got the medical facilities. You've got the airport. Like, you've got Cherry Creek School District or Douglas County School Districts. Like, it's just a great time. And because you have equity here, you also got to realize that you have local renters. What do I mean by that? Folks that are in Central or Southeast Aurora that are starting to upgrade. They're selling their home. They're taking that equity and putting it into a bigger home or a vacation, whatever they're doing with it. They need a home to rent until their new build is done. And a lot of times, builders would prefer you to have your home at least under contract or sold before you go committing to like what they're doing with the new build. So a lot of folks just sell when it's a solid market. They get rid of it. They're done with it. They're non-contingent, and then they just rent for a year or two while their new dream home is getting built. Super common, way more common than you might think. And those are great renters. They take care of your stuff. They're building a home for themselves, and they're going to be there for a consistent year or two for you as a homeowner, which is great and reliable as far as like you being the homeowner on that rental.
If I'm trying to think of any downsides to living in Aurora, it's not even a real downside. The only negative thing I can think to say about it, which again might not even be negative for a lot of you guys, is just the proximity to the mountains. But the worst
I totally
of
thought
it,
he was going to say me.
No. You're one of the best parts.
I'm a great neighbor. You want me to shovel? I'll help you shovel.
He is. Or he'll call someone to do it for you.
And I'm not the neighbor that just comes over, knocks on your door, and small talks all the time.
That's right.
I like my quiet time just as much as you guys like yours.
Yes. Now, maybe you're not as physically close to the mountains, but a couple things I want to mention to that. I mean, you're maybe 15 to 20 minutes drive on 470, heading straight out to the mountains before you really like getting into the foothills. And then next to that, the home prices reflect that. If you were closer to the mountains, the home prices easily be 25 to 40% more.
Yeah, the home you can get for $1 million in Southeast Aurora in the lot compared to like what you're gonna grab in the mountains for $1 million, it's not the same. And if guys, believe it or not, like if you don't need to be in the mountains all the time, you don't necessarily have to rest right up against it. You're gonna get more extreme weather from that. You're gonna pay a lot more for that. Out here, you've got 470 north and you've got 470 south. So if you wanna go all the way up into Boulder, if you wanna go down into Colorado Springs, or go straight toward the western slope and hit 6th Avenue West, or go I-70 West and hit Aspen, like guys, an hour or less from the mountains, depending on where you wanna go in the mountains. But by the time you hit the mountains, you're less than an hour. Wherever you wanna go, easy commutes, and I love, especially like for us and with work and with traveling for clients as far as we go, being able to hit 470 in either direction and so many just different lanes of access to different parts of Colorado that you have from Southeast Aurora, it's so hard to beat. And it's really not that hard. We get to Nederland, which is behind Boulder, to go see a buddy of ours that lives up in the mountains, kind of like this.
Can't cheat the mountain, Pilgrim. Mountain got it.
Like that style mountains, we get there within an hour and 5 minutes from Southeast Aurora. So to say that, like, it's awesome, guys. 470 is never congested. It costs a couple bucks, but it's never congested. Time is money per se with helping you guys. So it's been huge. So don't overthink having to necessarily be right up against it unless there's an actual need to be right up against it.
That's it.
And he's pausing, waiting for me to just keep talking, which means that number should be popping back up below. And I should be reminding you that, yes, we are licensed brokers here in the state of Colorado. And yes, just as much as we love making these videos, we would love more to help you with those real estate needs. So that number that is still up below, we are the guys trying to answer the phone calls, text messages, and those emails. So if we can help you, we would love to. But with that being said, enjoy the rest of your week. Look forward to that next video that's coming up with some of the honorable mentions that we had on this one. And we will see you guys very soon.
See you guys.
Definitely don't want to do anything with Aurora until you are done watching this.
All right, guys. Don't want to miss this one. Check it out.
I just said that.
Did you?